Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video we'll be looking at Dugtrio Evolution deck. So it's also a budget build project. So if you're not familiar with the Dugtrio, it's a stage 1 Pokemon with a 90 HP. It can hit for the 60 with just a single energy with that Earthquake. So this attack will also does 10 damage to each of your benched Pokemons. You don't apply weakness and resistance for that. But this is not the big deal, as long as we can have, as you can see right here, Mr. Mime with the bench barrier, so we can prevent that damage instantly. And also, we can hit for different weaknesses if we have Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon in play. Each of those evolutions will provide us with one extra type. So if we have a Vaporeon in play, our Dugtrio will also be fighting in water. In addition to Flareon, it will be also fire type, and in addition to Jolteon, it will also be a lighting type. That means with one strong energy, we can hit for the 80 with the Earthquake. If we play Giovanni scheme, as you can see right here, we can add 20 more damage, and that can be 100 damage. So we can hit for the 100, and if we can hit for the weakness, we can do 200 damage with just a single Earthquake, which is, in my opinion, very powerful. It can be enough to one-hit knockout EX with 170, 180 HP, or those with 160 with the Fighting Fury belt, for example, Jolteon EX. And even if we pay that exchange with the Bursting Balloon, and if we cannot one-hit knock out our opponent EX, we can definitely knock him out when he tried to attack us if we have Bursting Balloon attached to it. So that's pretty much the game plan. And as you can see, I have 15 Pokemon, 37 trainer cards, and 8 energies in this build. I'm also running one copy of Remoraid and Octillery with a Beazle hand, so I can draw cards until I have 5 in my hand. It's very decent. I mean, I don't want to pay money for the Shin because I want to play on the budget. At this moment, you can buy Octillery for something like $3-4 bucks because it has been reprinted in that new box. Also, V-Seekers are for like $5-6 bucks at this moment, so it's definitely much more affordable to get those cards. And of course, as I mentioned, those evolutions will help you to have different type with your Dugtrio. So each of those Pokemons can easily be searched with a single Level Ball. So I can search them with my Level Ball, and that's pretty much it. I don't need to pay any extra cost to discard anything with for example, Ultra Ball. So from the item cards, I'm running one copy of Eco Arm. So with the Eco Arm, I can shuffle back 3 Pokemon tool cards from my discard pile back into my deck. So I always decide to play 3 instead of the 4 copies of Bursting Balloons because I have more space for some other cards, and of course I can play very important card Eco Arm, so I can have 6 Bursting Balloons in play instead of the 4. So in my opinion, it's pretty good trade-off. But for example, I can also reshuffle back that Float Stone in case I need it. Of course, one copy of Escape Rope is always good to have in your deck. You never know when you can find yourself in a trouble that you need to use Escape Rope. So being able to play Escape Rope, in my opinion, it's very good. On the other side, running 4 copies of Level Ball will help me to search my deck for a Pokemon with the 90 HP or less, and basically put it into my hand. More than that, running 2 copies of Super Rod, so I can shuffle 3 in any combination of basic Pokemon and basic energy cards from my discard pile back into my deck. And of course, 4 copies of Trainers Mail, so I can have the best consistency. Looking at the 4 cards of my deck, I can reveal a trainer card I find there and put it into my hand. You can maybe trade one Trainers Mail if you really want, for example, in addition to Ford Bursting Balloon, or maybe to add second Brigette, but that's just up to you. Also, 4 copies of V-Seeker will provide me the best consistency, so I can put a supporter card from my discard pile back into my hand and play it again. So I have multiple different supporter cards, as you can see right here. I'm running 8 different supporter cards, and I'm running, how many? 14 supporter cards in total. So 1 Brigette, so I can start with it. I can search my deck for 3 basic Pokemons and put it down to my bench. I'm running also 1 copy of Delinquent because Delinquent can be always powerful and disruptive card. It can help us a lot, especially when our opponent is down to like a 2 cards, and if we can end him and Delinquent, he can just lose all of his cards from his hand. So in my opinion, that's very good. Giovanni scheme, we can draw cards until we have 5, or we can add 20 damage to our Pokemon attack, one Hex Maniac because we can shut down all those abilities, we never know when you can use it, one copy of Lysandre, of course. In addition to that, since this is a budget build, we want to have the best consistency, so that's the reason why I'm running 4 copies of N and 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, and of course 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger, just in case I manage to face those Girardinas and Glaceon, so I'm not going to be able to attack with my Dugtrio. More than that, running also 2 copies of Silent Lab, so with the Silent Lab I can shut down each basic Pokemon abilities in each player discompiled and in their hand, and of course in play. So in my opinion, Silent Lab is the best way to go right here, because we can easily shut down those Shamins, Hoopas, and any other basic Pokemon with abilities. 3 copies of Bursting Balloon, as I mentioned, so we can force our opponent to take 6 damage counters if he wants to attack. 2 copies of Float Stone for the free retreat, of course, on our Octillery, and 1 of those Eevolutions, either way, Vaporeon or Flareon, because they have 2 retreat costs and they cannot be easily retreated. Of course, Flareon have 1, but Jolteon have free retreat. And of course, 8 energies. 4 of them strong energies for 20 more damage with the Dugtrio, and 4 regular basic energy cards, so that ends up with the 60 cards in this deck. As always, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. You can find the link in my video description, and also with TCG Center 5 code, if you're new to the store, you can get 5% discount on your purchase, so keep that in mind. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck works in action. So see you in the game. Alright, let's do this. So, we'll start second, but really doesn't matter, as long as I can open good. So there is 1 Eevee for me for the active position. More than that, on the other side I see Garbodor and Metal Energy cards, so that's probably Mega Caesar. Okay, this can be very, very tricky. So the top deck for me is just energy card. Yes, it is a Caesar. A big Hoopa for that Scundering turn 1. Oh, I wish I go first, so I can maybe find that Silent Lab. Okay, there's even Majournia EX, which means that probably Glitch is still working, and I'm not going to be able to play my Bursting Balloons. So at least with the Silent Lab, I can shut down that Majournia and be 100% sure that I'm going to be able to use that. Okay, so a Caesar minus 20. Oh, there's a N. Thanks a lot for that. My hand was totally bad. I hope I can get Brigette maybe and a couple Bursting Balloons. No, but there are a couple Diglets and Remoraid, so it's a decent hand. So Pearl City 3 down to me. Okay, that's not fair. I guess it's not. Let's go with that. Really want to get better hand. Oh, there's Octillery. Okay, and a Trainer's Mail. So maybe I can somehow hit my Float Stone here. No sign of the Float Stone, but there is a Delinquent which can be played next turn. I'm thinking about grabbing that Delinquent because I don't know what can happen next turn. I really want to keep my Eevee alive, and I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I can exchange that prize with the Eevee in the active position. Who cares? We'll give my opponent that trade-off with my Eevee, because I want to have second attacker in play. At this moment, this is going to be more important, but there's a Crushing Hammer. Will he be able to discard my energy from Diglett? I really don't know. But who knows if he can even knock out my Eevee here. There's a Float Stone. He still needs Mega Caesar and Energy card if he wants to knock out my Eevee. If he misses opportunity to knock out my Eevee, then probably I will have full HP Dugtrio. But it really doesn't matter too much as long as he have 90 HP. So I'm looking for that. Oh, this is definitely very bad hand. Definitely very bad hand. So I still don't see sign of the Mega Caesar, so Steel Wing will be only for 20. Okay. Oh, okay, at least nice top deck for me. So it's a Sycamore, but unfortunately 3 Eco Arms needs to be discarded. Of course, I don't want to take risk too much here if I miss Float Stone, so let's just go with the Sycamore for 7. There is a Trainer's Mail, maybe for the Level Ball. Not maybe, but for the Level Ball. So right now I can grab something like Flareon if I have, and I do have. So first, let's retreat down to the bench on Mr. Dugtrio, and with the Flareon, I can actually hit very hard. I can go for 160. So if I manage, actually 140 because of that Still Wing, if I manage to find that Bursting Balloon, that would be also pretty good. In that case, he's not going to be able to attack without Mega Scissor, so there is 1 energy on the Scissor down to the bench. Of course, for the next turn, I'm looking forward to play my N, because I really don't want to waste 3 V-Seekers playing Sycamore. The good thing is that I'm going to be able to knock out his Scissor, so there is 1 Ultra Ball for that Mega Scissor, and he can definitely knock out my Dugtrio here. And he really wants to do that, but exchanging price for 2 prizes are not going to be good, especially on the long run. So what I'm looking forward to find is definitely Silent Lab, so I can shout out his Majournia. That's going to be very important. More than that, I'm also looking for that Octillery. So Mr. Octillery is the next card I will need. Of course, for those Beezle hands and for extra resource draw. So there we go, 120. He didn't discard that Pearl City from play, of course, pretty much reasonable. There is a Strong Energy as a top deck. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't attach Strong Energy instead of my regular energy, and I'm going with my N. Okay, there is a Silent Lab in play and just another Eevee, but I don't have another attacker. So I'm not looking forward to play my Super Rod yet, or I can actually play my Super Rod right now. I don't need Mr. Mime so far, so let's just go with that Silent Lab. And with the Earthquake for another 160 damage, so it's enough to knock out his Mega Scissor, so I can take 2 prize cards. The first one is a Bursting Balloon, and the second one is a Bursting Balloon. Well, pretty decent. Pretty decent. So there we go with the Hoopa. Of course, with another energy, he can just go with the Gale Thrust, knock me out. Then I'm not going to have another attacker. So there's a Crushing Hammer, and unfortunately, it's a Tails. So still I'm in good position here. There's another Pearl City. Of course, again, 3 Pokemons down to me. But next turn, if he misses opportunity to knock me out here, I can go with my Lysandre. I can grab 2 more prize cards, knocking out his Majournia. But probably that's not going to happen, because there we go with AN. So I'm looking for just Octillery or any kind of supporter. So I can... oh, there's a Dugtrio, there's a Delinquent. Well, of course, even Delinquent can help me a little bit here. I cannot say it will not help. It will help, but I still need something much better. There's a Spirit Link. Okay, he has 3 cards in his hand. So that Delinquent is going to be huge. It would be much more huge if he attached 1 more card. Yes, there's a Float Stone, so Delinquent will do the job. But unfortunately, I will not have attacker for the next turn. I wish I had that Diglett in play, but I don't. Of course, I will put my Eevee in the active position. And I hope I can top deck something good. Wow, amazing. It's Octillery as a top deck. So let's go with the Delinquent first to get rid, of course, of that Pearl City from play. An entire hand that my opponent contained this moment. So he will depend on the top deck. And he's going to be able actually to knock out my Eevee here. So I really need to find something else that can survive that turn. Diglett has 50 HP, so he's not going to be able to survive. Do I want to play another Level Ball for another Diglett? Well, I guess I won't. I will definitely trade my Eevee here. Don't have another option. So I'm going to pass the turn. Eevee would be only Pokemon with 60 HP who would be able to survive. I mean, I can always... yeah, I even was not able to retreat. So he managed to find energy as a top deck. So Gale Thrust is going to be for 50. My Eevee, it's knock it out. So I'm looking forward for that Giovanni scheme. So I can one-hit knock out my opponent Scissor here. That's going to be very, very big play here. I can definitely tell you that. So there we go with a Dugtrio. 3 cards with a Beezle hand to be drawn. And I'm searching at least for 1 strong energy. Well, so far I can go for 80. Let's go with the Sycamore for 7. One strong energy will be enough for the knockout. Then he can actually respond back with his Revenge Blast and knock out my Dugtrio here. So, really doesn't matter. But for the next turn, I will need that Dugtrio. If I don't find it, I'm gonna be in a bad position. I have two options here. Go for 160 and risk the top deck from my opponent, or maybe attach energy so next turn I can Mood Slap for something like 80. Still not gonna be enough. Let's just better get rid of his Caesar here. So I can go for 200, so it's enough for the knockout. He will take 6 damage counters by any means with his Cobalion. So I just need to find Dugtrio as a top deck. So I can basically, I can force my opponent with my Escape Rope actually, and pretty much, yeah, he can promote Hoopa. Yeah, totally bad. This is a GG, guys. This is a GG because I think I have Lysandre sitting in my Discord part. No, I don't have. Where's my Lysandre? Oh, I don't have Lysandre. Well, that's not good. Let's go with a Escape Rope. Want to get rid at least of that Cobalion from the bench. He needs to put his Cobalion in the active position. He just decided to quit. He probably realized that if he traded Cobalion, he's not gonna have another attacker, and it's pretty much GG. So far, deck do the job. Alright guys, let's do this one more time. So waiting for my opponent to call. Oh, he called the Tails, and I'm actually first. Well, that's great. Especially if I can open pretty good. Not bad. There's a Silent Lab in my opening hand, so always good to start with the Silent Lab because you can just easily shut down your opponent's abilities. On the other side, it's Majournia. That means that I'm going to use my Silent Lab. I will play my Level Ball, so I can take that Remoraid for extra setup. Do I want to play my Bursting Balloon here? I guess I don't want to attach Bursting Balloon turn 1 because I don't know what my opponent play and I don't know if he is going to be even able to attack here. So one strong energy, it's going to be attached, that is for sure. But more than that, I guess I can just pass the next turn, wait to play again and because I don't want to discard my Silent Lab. As long as my opponent does not have Stadium and if he wants to set up, he's not going to be able to use setup because of my Silent Lab. So in that case, I'm good. So, okay, Hoopa was here. Mr. Hoopa was here, but he was not able to set up. I really love to see that, but I will not love to see Enhanced Hammer here, that's for sure. Okay, I guess I could go even for Mr. Eevee, so I can have turn 2 something like Mr. Flareon in play, so I can go for like 160. I decide not to do that, so there is one more Level Ball from one Eevee right now. More than that, I'm going to attach one energy and play my Sycamore for 7. Silent Lab did his job, so right now I can just chill. I'm trying to find my Dugtrio, maybe even Float Stone, so I can retreat. Let's see, I have 3 Trainers Mails. I can grab Escape Rope all night long. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't do that. Trainers Mail number 2 for a Level Ball. Let's first go with Escape Rope. I don't want to attack his Caesar right now. I want to knock him out next turn. So let's see what he can promote here. I'm looking for that Lysandre, so I can maybe try to set up knockout against his Caesar. So he gave me his Majournia. Another Trainer's Mail will be for a Bursting Balloon, which is great. More than that, I can right now attach my Bursting Balloon and I can go with my Level Ball for Octillery. And I can even Abyssal Hand for 3 extra cards. That can be very important, especially if I can find Flareon and Lysandre. Okay, no sign of the Flareon or Lysandre, so there we go with the Earthquake. Earthquake, 10 damage to each of my benched Pokemon, 80 to his Majournia. Let's see what he can top deck. Can he remove that Silent Lab from play? I don't know, one Delinquent would be nice. And there's a Garbodor, and the question is, can he get that tool so he can shut down my Octillery Abyssal Hand, but also my Vaporeon. So that's definitely going to be very important. But there's a Lysandre sitting in my hand. That means that I can Lysandre his Garbodor and knock him out. Probably next turn I'm going to do that. So he misses that Crushing Hammer, so I don't see another option than just going on to knock out his Garbodor for the 100. That's really something I want to do because I really want to hit those scissors for the weakness. There's Escape Rope. With energy he can knock me out. I don't want to trade my Eevee. I really want to keep my Eevee, but he actually decided to promote his Garbodor in the active position. Well, that's interesting. Probably no energy sitting in his hand because he discarded 3 of them with Sycamore in the opening hand. And I don't know how many energies he played, maybe 8. Probably around 8. So right now I can retreat without playing my Lysandre. That means that I can go with my N, or I can go with my Sycamore. I think I will go with. I don't even need to go with the Sycamore. I can just use my Earthquake and knock him out for the 100, and spread 10 damage around the board. So I can grab 1 prize, which is gonna be a Fighting Energy card. Alright, so right now, if he don't have supporter card, he's definitely going to be in bad position. But for the next turn, I can just Super Rod back my Dugtrio line. That's the reason why I didn't want to go with the N. But right now, he actually played N 1 more time. So I guess I could go even with the N turn before. But okay, never mind. Another Eevee Super Rod. Okay, very nice hand, to be honest. So there's Professor's Letter. He finally managed to get that energy card, but he's not going to be able to use Gale Trust for like 110. He can just go for like 50. He really needs to find that Mega Caesar if he wants to knock out my Dugtrio. So without Mega Caesar, Dugtrio will stay in the active position, which means that with my Flareon in play, Caesar will be knocked out by a single Earthquake. That's definitely not good. So there is 1 Pearl City. Right now he can set up, and there's a Float Stone on Majournia, and another Caesar, and Ultra Ball. So finally he managed to get that Ultra Ball. That means that he can shame in, set up for 5, or he don't maybe want to risk, he just maybe want to get that Mega Caesar in play. Yes, he didn't want to risk too much. Mega Caesar will hit the ground, and the last card in his hand is a energy card, so he doesn't have hand. That's good. Especially good in case I can get Giovanni's scheme. Oh no, I cannot knock him out. I can hit maximum for 100. Okay, never mind. Still, I managed to avoid Garbodor, the biggest threat. Let's go with Super Rod first. The second thing is going to be Eevee. Of course, 1 energy attachment and 1 Abyssal Hand. Okay, Eco Arm. I guess I don't want to evolve in my Vaporeon. I will just reshuffle. I did a misplay by putting down my Eevee on the bench. But okay, I will get out of that problem. I don't even have Dugtrio here. So that's very bad. I mean, if I retreat, not going to be able to do anything significantly, so I will just put my Eevee in the active spot with that Bursting Balloon and see what can happen. Not sure what can happen. Will that Majournia still blocks that Bursting Balloon? I don't know. There's Giovanni's scheme, so he can drop cards till he have 5. Very nice top deck, and there's a Crushing Hammer. Okay, really doesn't matter too much. That Hammer, 1 energy on his Caesar down to the bench, and Iron Crusher. And probably he will not take 6 damage counters back. I think that they didn't fix that glitch. No, they didn't fix the glitch. I mean, Majournia can only prevent effects of opponent attacks, but not of the Bursting Balloon. I don't know, I still didn't read about that, but I think that's a glitch. It still didn't been fixed. So it's time for that Level Ball to be played for a Dugtrio. And I still need so many cards. So many cards. I don't know. I will take a risk with my N, but probably that will not end good. I just need energy cards. I still can play a Beazle hand, so I miss opportunity to draw energy here. So I guess I did a huge mistake. A very huge mistake I did here. So I guess I can trade him my Octillery. That's the best thing I can do. Trade my Octillery. I don't need Octillery anymore. But that N was totally devastating. I mean, I know that I'm running 8 energies only, but still. To not be able to get energy card. Not even Flareon, so I can Beazle for 1. Not good. Okay, at least my Mr. Octopus is in the active position, and who knows what he can find. Maybe he can dig out that Lysandre, maybe he can't. Maybe he can go just for 120. Still, I need that Flareon and a lot more cards like energy, so I can knock out his Caesar. He's down to 2 cards, so definitely next turn the Seeker for Sycamore is going to be played. And there is Sycamore for my opponent on the other side. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I can even go with the N, because he has too many cards right now in his hand. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have only 4-3 line of my Dugtrio, so for now I'm okay. For now I'm okay, I cannot say that I'm not. I will have 2 Diglets on my bench. I wish I had that energy this turn so I could play it. His hand is freaking huge, but still I don't want to take risk. I will go with my Sycamore for 7. I'm also looking for that Flareon energy. Okay, I hit Flareon at least, and I hit energy, and I hit even Trainers Mail, but I don't want to play the Trainers Mail yet. So this is going to be Earthquake, and it's going to be Earthquake for 160. So with the Bursting Balloon, he's going to be knocked out. That Bursting Balloon from the turn when he attacked my Eevee, but I don't know. Oh, so he decided to Lysandre my Flareon. Somehow he did a good job here, in my opinion, because I can M down to 2. So I think it's good. I mean, I can always Super Rod back my Flareon, and probably I will do that after I use my N, but I don't know, somehow I think I'm fine for now, especially if I can get that Super Rod as next few cards with my Trainer's Mail. No sign of the Super Rod, but there's Delinquent, and a Seeker, and the Bursting Balloon that I don't need. So we'll keep that Bursting Balloon for later. Right now I will focus on my N. So I can put my opponent down to something like 2 cards. There's another Dugtrio and a Lysandre. So I guess at the end I need to take 3 prize cards, comparing that to only 2 that my opponent needs to take. I guess I can knock out Majournia for 2 more prize cards, but not gonna be able to knock out Majournia plus Caesar plus Cobalion. Unfortunately, that Bursting Balloon was too much. I still don't know what is going on with the Bursting Balloon. So right now he can Gale Trust for the 110, and he can knock me out. There is Ultra Ball For Mega Caesar, even better, so he can Mega Evolve if he wants. No, okay, so Gale Trust for the knockout. And he still needs a top deck. Maybe at the end I can do something here. We'll see. I have second attack already. I got Bursting Balloon, so Earthquake, only 60. Let's see. Oh, okay, so there's energy on Cobalion, so he can retreat and he can knock me out with his Revenge Blast for 120. Very nice top deck. So I still think that this glitch with Majournia is not fair. Not sure 100% sure if it's glitch or not, but I think it is, because Bursting Balloon is not a tech that your opponent uses. It's just a tool attached on your Pokemon, but need to investigate that so I can be 100% clear that I'm wrong. So guys, one more time, there is a Dugtrio Evolution deck that you can build for a couple bucks and play with it and be even competitive, especially against those decks who can be weak on any of your Evolutions or Dugtrio. So for example, any kind of the Zoroark break deck, any kind of the Yveltal deck, any kind of the Mega Caesar deck, any kind of Dark Rage or Tina decks can be also weak. But for example, Mega Mewtwo would be a whole different level to beat when you play with this build, but it's not unbeatable. So once again guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more future videos if you already didn't. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. Till the next time, as usual, have a nice day wherever you are, and goodbye.